Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Yun Fu. Today you find us in another small town. I think we're still within Sing Sing County, but well, we're about 50 kilometers from where we're staying. We started off early this morning, traveling with Candy and Emily's mothers. We're off to another little village for another of these Walking with the King festivals. So just thought we'd give you a little look around here. So as we turn the camera around, we have all these new high-rise apartment buildings here. There's a few that look like being lived in, but they look like they're brand spanking new, just finished. We have a hospital over this side with, it looks like a whole lot of work going on, more construction going on there. And then we're going to take you for a walk down here, down past the main street. Yeah, it was an interesting drive coming out here. There's lots of sort of small communities on the way through here. Lots of manufacturing. So, yeah, they were just the trucks on the road. So for example, I don't even know how to put this. So, you'll see things being made in factories, and they get stuff in and put it all together and make things. You know, see it in Australia all the time. Well, the little factories we've been passing have been making the pieces that they use to put together bigger products. So I'm just trying to give a good example. So, okay, the power lines you see running down the road, and they have those where they connect to the pole, they have those ceramic, I don't even know what they're called, spacer things, I guess, to connect them to. We saw a truck carrying a load of them out. So obviously just coming out of a factory where those types of things are made. So a lot of the factories and things that we've seen are actually manufacturing. So here we see these brown buses, the Sing Sing buses. These are obviously used for the all the sort of little townships within Sing Sing County. I've seen them running around sort of the main town where we are. I'll have to find out. We must have an actual name. I always thought that we were staying in Sing Sing, but it looks like Sing Sing's a much bigger area than I appreciated. And across this road here, we've got quite a large road here to cross, although it's not terribly busy. There's not a whole lot of traffic on here, so it's fairly easy to cross over. We're only stopped here for a few minutes just to so the ladies can have some breakfast. But as we, yeah, so lots of little factories manufacturing sort of small components that will probably go off to Guangzhou, Shenzhen, those places with the bigger factories. And fireworks going off down the road out of nowhere. So yeah, a lot of the manufacturing that we sort of saw on the way out here, it's probably small components. They'll go off to Guangzhou, Shenzhen, all them sorts of places where they'll go into bigger products. So you know, small parts for maybe for mobile phones or televisions or whatever else people manufacture, you know, car parts maybe. All sorts of stuff. So we actually saw, oh, here comes this smoke from this fireworks is just drifting onto us. Yeah, I love the smell of that in the morning. So yeah, we actually saw a wreck on the side of the road as well as we were coming out. A truck had rolled over, a big semi-trailer. I'm not sure, it was some sort of tanker I don't think it was a petrol tanker. I think it might have been cut in concrete, just by the fact that they hadn't cleared, they'd blocked off one side of the road, but they hadn't cleared a whole lot of space. So I don't think it was a petrol tanker, but he went over pretty good. Fire department there, a couple of cranes to pick him up and lift him back onto the road. So yeah, we're on our way out to this Walking with the Kings festival. So we're going to go and have a look, see how that differs, how it's different from the one we saw a couple of days ago, because apparently each little village has their own traditions. So although it's sort of the same type of festival, it's has its own thing, and they do it their own way. So stick around. We're going to jump back in the car. These ladies will have just about finished their breakfast by now. We're heading out to this village, so we'll see you out there. Stick around. Okay, so we've made it up to our little village here, and we'll give you a little look from where we are. You can see these firecrackers going off everywhere. See these balloons hanging up in the sky with banners coming down. Look around to our left. We have mountains all the way around us. Have some look like mountain trails up there. We might try and go for a walk later on, see if we can have a look up there. Lots of gardens around here, and then as we walk into this area, we can see a worship area under this tree. You can see all the red on the ground from all the firecrackers that have been let off. As we've come in here, there's been firecrackers going off everywhere. We have quite a big worship area here. Lots of offerings out the front being put down. It's still going off. We've got another bag of crackers here. Looks like he's about to set off, so we'll hang around and have a watch of these going off. So we have other people here doing broadcasts. So we've got a guy filming the girls talking there, and yeah, we can hear there's just firecrackers going off everywhere. Then over this way we have what looks like a big stage area set up, ready for whatever's going to be happening. Okay, they've just hung these firecrackers up. Doesn't look like they're letting them off yet, so we'll go and have a look elsewhere. There'll be plenty more happening around the place. So heaps of stuff being burnt here for good luck and good fortune, good health, all that sort of stuff. And then we're going to take a little stroll up to this stage area that we got being put up here. Something else is going to be strung up here by the look of it. Come back and have a look later on. So we have some cannons set up out the front here. So big stage area. Okay, we might head up the back here. Just go and have a little look around. Get past these speakers before we try and talk. So we see a drum kit being set up on that band, so on that stage. So it looks like we're going to have live music and stuff happening as well as everything else. So up here looks like a really old part of the village. Old buildings up here. So if we turn and look back down, it's much more sort of modern construction down that way. Up the back here looks much older. Much more of the sort of traditional part of the village, I would expect. We'll take a little stroll around, have a look what we can see. So we're about probably an hour out of where we're staying now. We see, yeah, lovely mountains up behind us. It is a nice looking area. A little bit far from civilization maybe, but these places. It does all look good, and then more sort of modernish looking stuff up the back there. So I have no idea what the plan is today. You see those cannons sitting out the front of the stage, they look interesting. Oh, I can hear sort of off down this way somewhere the lion dance music, drums and stuff being played. So we might go and see if we can find our way down that way. What's down? Can we get through down here? We'll give it a bash. So I can't even tell you the name of this place. It's but we're out in the middle of nowhere. If what I'm actually going to do is sit down with Ange sometime in the next couple of nights before we go home and try and just go through all the places we've been. Okay, there's nothing down this way. Oh, straighten this camera a little bit. Okay, we'll head off to our right here maybe. Is there a way through down there? Maybe not. So back up to the main road. So yeah, we're going to sit down and go through all the places we've been, you know, when we're in Shenzhen, go through all the different spots we saw, try and get names in Pinyin so that I can, as we're editing these videos, I can just type in some of the names, have some names on the screens, and give you some idea of the names. And then if you're interested in learning more about the different places, you can get online, use the Pinyin names and search them up. We have been to some wonderful places in the last, nearly 3 weeks now. It's yeah, it's been a good trip. It's been a long trip, tiring trip. There's more of these buildings down here. They do look good. Okay, I can still just hear that lion dance drumming somewhere off in the distance. So yeah, we've got today, and then tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a day of rest, and then what's tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday we're out to Jimmy's village for this same festival there, where we will go and have a look at what goes on there, and then heading back to TianTing on Sunday, which I am looking forward to. It's been a long week, a long few weeks, and I'm ready to get home. That's a nice looking place here. It's a beautiful, big, huge house that we passed on the way in here, which is absolutely massive. Must belong to, actually it might not have even been a house, it might have been a sort of community building of some form or other, whether it's government building or something like that, but it looked really good, really modern compared to this stuff that's just so old. Cars moving around. Right, down, carry on down the way here. I'm not sure what time all the festivities kick off here, but it is quite a substantially bigger village than the one that we were at the other day, so it should be quite a big thing. A lot of people preparing food here for, I guess they're having a town lunch or something like that. Got a lake in the centre here, another worship area, another area where they've been setting off firecrackers. Okay, I can't hear those lion dances anymore, so we're going to head back this way, back past this stage, and try and find out what the deal is, what time everything's happening, when's the parade through the town and stuff like that. It's so back in front of us now is this stage area. Oh, more firecrackers being prepared here. Is she gonna set them off now, or is she just putting them out for later? Looks like they're being hung up. So it's all very, very small roads and stuff through here. Wouldn't be a lot of traffic. Most people would get around on bikes, electric bikes and the like here. What is she doing with them? Where are they going to go? We're not sure. We'll come back and have a look. There's going to be plenty of fireworks going off today and tonight. I think we're staying here till late tonight. So it's going to be a late night. Like this building with the sort of vent holes up in the cross shape there. So they're just holes in the windows, holes in the walls to let air in. I'm just judging by the look of this, I'm wondering if they've got more professional lion dancers here. So the lion dancers we saw the other day were all guys from the village, just locals doing their thing. I'm actually hoping to be able to catch a like a professional lion dance group at some point to video that, because some of the stuff I see online, like on Chinese social media, is absolutely phenomenal, some of the stuff that these guys do. So I do want to try and get somewhere where we can see a video of that sometime soon and bring that to you, because they are impressive. So here's this stage. You see a drum kit up the back, lots of lights and stuff, so much bigger setup than we had the other day. And we're back over here is the area where they were doing the worship stuff earlier. So we're going to sign off there. We'll bring you back when something's happening. Okay, so we're now back down at sort of entrance to the village here. If we turn around here, we can see this beautiful sort of cone mountain up there. That looks absolutely gorgeous. But then, so we've got this village here on our left. But then as we come out, we have another village down this way over here where I can hear firecrackers being set off over there as well. So it's firecrackers all around us. There's another village down here to our right, but what we're going to do, we're actually going to take a walk back out here. Going to go a couple of kilometres down the road, and there was an interesting looking tower down there that we're going to just go for a walk down. I think we've got a bit of time to kill before everything kicks off here. So we're going to go down, have a look at that, and then wander back, and we'll see what's going on up here. Also along the way, there's lots of gardens and the like, so we're going to take a stroll down, just have a look at what's growing. There's huge big fields and stuff, so we'll have a look at them on the way back. The sun's sort of the wrong direction at the moment, so we're going to, on our way back, we'll film some of that. We'll get the sun behind us. Should look good, hopefully. So stick around with us. So we're now sort of down at the end of this valley. As we look, we've got mountains on our left, we've got mountains out on our right. And this path that we're walking through looks like possibly the only real way into this valley area. So I'm not sure, I could be wrong. With the mountains, it can be very, very deceptive with perspective. Maybe there are other routes in. I had a look on the map. There's no other roads in, so yeah, this is the main way in and out of this area. So up ahead of us here we have this tower, which I'm guessing was probably some sort of guard tower back in the old days to protect the village from, I don't know, invaders or something. I'm not sure if we can get down underneath here somewhere. No, we might go back up onto the top to get here. So we're about 2.5, maybe 3 kilometers from the village where we started. So we're going to go have a look at this tower, and then on our walk back we're going to just show you some of the things. We're not going to video all the way back, but there's a few interesting little spots, a lot of really nice looking farmland as we pass around. So yeah, we're going to check everything out, and then when we get back to the village, all the festivities should have started. They're doing some of the lion dance stuff now. I'm not that interested in filming that. We got a lot of that stuff the other day, and there'll be more lion dance performances tonight, so it's not critically important. But this, yeah, we passed this tower on the way in, and I straight away thought, no, I've got to come and have a look at this. It does look stunning. There's another little something built into the hillside there, so maybe another guard tower. It doesn't look like there's a path up to that one, but we do have a path to this one, so we can get close and have a look. Oh, look at this huge big tree here. That looks great. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning here now. It's warming up. It's forecast to be 28 here today, so it's going to be a warm day. So everything here is in Chinese, so there's not a whole lot I can tell you about the place. Do we have any type of a... Okay, looks like built 1754, 19.8 meters, 24 meters. But it's a great looking building, really nice. And she is tall. We can walk inside. I don't know if there'll be steps or anything to go up. No, it's just a, wow, look at that, it just goes straight up there. So there must have been steps or something in the past in here, but now it's just the frame of the thing. But geez, it is beautiful. And then over the other side of the road we have the gate into this community, and then we'll get around to the other side here, just try and get a view up here with the sun shining directly on the walls. Where is the sun? Over that way. So come around here a little bit, and there we go. Amazing looking place. That's really cool. So what I love about getting out into these little villages is just find little gems like this everywhere. It's great. So we're now going to walk back to the village where the festivities are happening today. Like I say, we're not going to film all the way. I might actually put my 360 camera up, and we'll just have a time-lapse video to watch so you can actually see where we are and where we're going. But we'll get back to you soon. So this waterway here runs right the way through from right over the far end of the area here. It's very nice. You see over here also we have a viewing platform. We might just take a stroll down there before we turn off. Just go and get a look at this tower from over this side. We might even see if we can get up into this this area of this other tower as well. Just while we're here, we may as well see what we can do. Have another little, like a little platform area. Maybe that was an old worship area or something. I'm not sure. Little, what does this look like? China Forest Fire Management sign in there. Okay, so it's for the fire department. So here we go. We do get quite a good look at this tower here. Sun's a bit on the wrong side there, but she looks good. And then down over on the right here, we have all covered gardens, and then this up on this side. It's a shame there's no track there that I can see to get into there and have a look, but geez, that looks almost medieval European as opposed to looking Chinese. See, this structure here looks more Chinese, although it's got elements of European in there as well. And 1754 would have been the time when, you know, Europeans would have been influencing some parts of life here, I would imagine. So let's see if we can see here on the map where we are now. No idea. Just trying to... So we've got horse riding down here, but I don't know what scale this map is. I don't know whether this is just sort of the valley area that we're in, or is it something? No, it must be something bigger because there's too many roads. 2518 S5. Okay, so these are the toll roads, I think. So no, this isn't just this area. This is a big area. So we're going to turn around. We're going to head back up through this way. And when we find something interesting, we'll come back to you. So stick around, and yeah, we'll show you through this little valley. Okay, we haven't actually come far. We've found another place of interest straight away. So that tower was just over there, and then we've come across the road. There's this old building here, and it looks like it's a very, very old temple area. So we see some incense and stuff has been put down here, candles and the like. Same thing over here. We have a little speaker down here talking to us. I'm not sure what it's saying, but then this really old building. Look at the old timbers falling down up here and stuff. This is the sort of place I'd love to see sort of renovated, but not too much, if you know what I mean. Sort of made safe and accessible, but not made to look new. And then as we come in, I'm not going to walk too far because I don't know how much I trust these roof beams. They're very old. But we'll see worship area up in front here, and then various rooms off to the side. So we probably had kitchen, maybe a laundry area, and then maybe a couple of bedrooms, courtyard in the middle here. Wow, it's amazing. I don't know if you have, there's a couple of signs around here, but it doesn't really give any information as to how old this would be. This is, okay, China Cultural Heritage. So the government department that takes care of this sort of thing obviously knows about it. So yeah, hopefully that's on the list to have something done in the future and make it a bit more of an attraction. It's yeah, beautiful. So we're now heading in this road here. So we're sort of just at the end of the pass through between the mountains, and we're going to get down that red sign you can just see in front of us. We're going to get down there, turn left, and then it's about a 2.5 kilometre walk back to the village. So, and we'll stop and turn the camera back on from time to time and show you there's a few interesting things I picked out on the way out here. So yeah, stick around, there's more to see. Okay, so back this way is the pass that we've just walked through. On our right here, we have a lovely little waterway. The water looks really good from here, although I've seen what's further up. I wouldn't want to drink that stuff. But then from here, looking around us, we can see it's just, this whole area is surrounded by mountains. So we're in a big valley here. And then just over the other side of the road here, which I haven't seen in China before, this looks to me, can we get down here somewhere? Maybe down here. This looks like wheat growing here, which, oh, is it safe to get over that? Let's give it a bash. Hey, I haven't seen before. You know, you always see lots of fruit and vegetables. But yeah, this looks like wheat. If there's any farmers, maybe you can identify that. Might be barley or something else, but looks like wheat to me. But this field goes right the way back here, right the way across. It's a big field for China, let's put it that way. When you look at wheat farms in Australia, which are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of acres, it's only small. But yeah, there's lots and lots of fields all the way through here. Get back up onto the road. So we have a waterway here we have to navigate our way over. And then a little bit of a climb up the dirt. And then up here we've got a little weir holding the water back up here. This is, yeah, I've not seen wheat here before. Just thinking of, you know, Australian farms, huge big combine harvesters and the like, and you're not going to need any of that big machinery here. They probably harvest it all by hand, I would almost imagine. So have a weir here, bit of a waterway down on the left just to make sure it doesn't overflow. There's a roadway over the top of that which is heading up into the mountain, probably access for firefighting, I would imagine, in the case that they do have bushfires. And then there's a lot of area on the left here which is all these fir trees, pine trees. So I imagine they are actually planted for harvesting, for use for building and furniture making, whatever else they use pine for here. So yeah, it's a gorgeous spot. And then I, just before we started filming again, I actually pulled up Baidu Maps on my phone, had a look at this area. And while these, like the buildings all look like they're interconnected, there's actually quite a bit of space between the different communities. So while this area is sort of one big community, it's sort of made up of, I counted at least 15 smaller little communities built within this area. So it's very pleasant, it's very nice, it's very peaceful. Well, it would be. There have been a lot of cars coming in this morning for this festival. Looks like it's going to be a big festival here, so yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to go on. There's a lot of photographers here. I've seen at least, I don't know, 20 guys with drones knocking about. A lot of guys carrying big, expensive looking DSLR cameras. So it's all going on. It's, they're actually doing lion dance stuff at the moment, which I'm not overly fussed about. We saw that in the festival the other day and it's much the same sort of thing as we saw then. I sort of thought I'd rather get out and have a look around in this little rural area, because it's not sort of the type of China I'm used to seeing. These fields just go on for kilometers. And normally, you know, like in Jiaqing, you get these food growing areas, and they're just little places sort of stuck in between wherever they can find a bit of space, whereas this is all, like you look at these cultivated rows through here, these look like they've been there for a long time. They're well maintained, whereas, you know, somewhere like TianTing, quite often the guy, you know, someone will come along, prepare some earth for a building project, and it might be a year before the buildings are going up. So someone will come in, there's a flat piece of ground, right, we're going to plant a garden. Whereas these things look like these have been gardens for a long, long time. They've got the earth all the way they want it, well cultivated. Can we see what's up in these? These might be, I don't know, we've got these orange flowers up in there, but I don't know what they would grow on these plants. A lot of banana plants out here, as with everywhere. We're sort of out of the wheat now. Down here there's a huge big tomato field that we'll give you a look at. But just over on the left here, we have another little bridge going over this waterway, a little footbridge, which leads up to a little worship area. We've got a bike coming behind us. We're just waiting for him to come past so we can cross the road here. But just up in the hill here. Now, I'm not sure, but I do wonder if that's some sort of a grave, a tomb for somebody. We're not going to go try and get up there and explore that. I'm not interested in sort of disturbing people's grave sites and stuff. But we are going to just duck up here. As we were driving in, what, an hour and a half ago, there were actually quite a large group of people in here setting off firecrackers and stuff and offerings. So we can see on the ground here all the red again, where all the firecrackers have been set off. Then a little worship area. And then there's a path heading further up to our right here. Let's just sneak up here and see if there's anything of interest to have a look at. No, the steps peter out. Okay, I can see various piles of rock. So I wonder if this is a sort of traditional burial area. So we're not going to go exploring in there without knowing for sure and without permission. So yeah, there's a mountain in TianTing that I stumbled across, a sort of burial ground area, which would be very traditional. Some of the old folks might still do that sort of thing. I'm not sure how funerals work in China, whether they're similar in any way to what we do in the West. I do believe when people die now, cremation is a very, very common thing, because there's not a whole lot of space left for burying people. So, but I might try and find out a little bit about that and see if we can pass some information off on that subject in the future. I also want to learn a bit more about marriages and what goes on in a marriage in China. So yeah, if we find someone, I've actually got an old student of mine rung me up a few days back, saying she was a bit nervous talking to me at first, which was funny because, like, I've known Yulia. Yulia was one of my students when I first arrived in China. I've gone to visit her hometown and stuff with her, gone and met her family and stuff. Really nice girl. And so yeah, she's never been nervous or anything talking to me. The only nerves she'd have is if we haven't talked for a while and she's a bit nervous because her English isn't so good, but talking to her I could tell there was something else going on. And eventually she come out, she goes, "Oh, and Scott, I want to tell you something." I said, "What?" She says, "I'm getting married." said, great. I think she was, I don't know what she was worried about. Maybe she thought I'd judge her and say, oh no, you're too young for that or something. And so I said, congratulations. She's been with a boyfriend since she was in school. So they've been together a long time, 6, 7 years, at least. I don't know if they got together before she came to the college, I don't know. But they've been together a long time, so no, I said, great, well done, good on you. And we sort of chatted about that for a little while. And then she says, oh, I've got something else to tell you. I said, what? I'm also pregnant. She was really nervous about telling me that. So I just said to her, look, are you happy? Is it what you want? She said, oh, yeah. I said, well, great, no problem. You know, if it had been a problem for you, then I'd have been, well, not angry or mad, but then I'd have sort of felt sorry for her. But if she's happy, and that's all that matters in my mind. So, coming up in front of us now is a chicken farm. We'll have a quick squiz in here as we walk past. So yeah, I'm going to have a chat. We sort of briefly mentioned it when we were talking the other day, but when I get back to TianTing, I'm going to give her a call. And we're going to try and arrange to actually come and do some filming at her wedding and make a video sort of showing what happens at a Chinese wedding. And she's from a small village as well. So, and I think her boyfriend's from the same village or the neighboring village or village nearby. So they're probably it's probably not going to be like a big wedding in, you know, like if you go to Shenzhen or Guangzhou, you know, they have big, probably very modern weddings. I've got a feeling their wedding will be quite traditional. They'll still have modern aspects because they're young and stuff, and that's the way young people like the modern stuff. But I'm pretty sure there'll be lots of traditional stuff as well. So in here we have lots of chickens, heaps of chickens. There's a part just around the corner here. We can actually get in and have a little bit of a better look. Try and get the camera inside. So yeah, it smells like an animal farm. Whoa, that's bad. And the wind's coming right onto us from there. So up here, we sort of have a heap of stuff being grown. Hello, puppy dogs. How are you? And we got a little black one here. How you going, puppy dog? And in here, you can see just hundreds and hundreds of chickens in here. Bit hard to see, but they're very quiet. So yeah, hopefully in the sort of next 6 months or so, we'll have a wedding to go and film. I think because of the fact that she's pregnant, they're probably going to make it happen pretty quickly. So I will keep you informed, and hopefully we can get over there to film that. I have been to one wedding previously here in China, but I hadn't long been in China. A girl I knew who was an English teacher was getting married, and she asked me to come along and play guitar at her wedding and sing Wonderful Tonight. It's her favourite English language song. And so I said, yeah, no worries. So I went and sort of saw her get married. But I was still in a bit of a daze being in China and stuff, you know, such culture shock and whatnot. I didn't really take a lot of it in. I wasn't sort of the mind that I am now. You know, now that I'm making videos and stuff, I'm sort of looking at things and asking a lot more questions than I used to ask. So yeah, I just didn't pay enough attention back at the time. So more sort of veggie garden stuff here on our right. And then just up on our right, just up here, I think, there's huge big tomato fields. You know, like almost the size of that wheat field we saw earlier, if not bigger. And just looking over to the right, can't see now, we've got these trees in the way, but it looked like further over there were more wheat fields growing around. So there's plenty going on here. Oh, it's getting hot. Okay, I've got a big dam down here, so it still looks very shallow, and we've got an excavator up there, so maybe they're still digging this and preparing this, but I would hazard a guess that they're going to be farming fish in there. I think that'd be a fairly safe sort of a guess. We've got pipes here, look like they're leading. Let's go have a look. Looks like they're heading under the road and maybe coming back out. Okay, it's too scrubby in the waterway there now to see where that's going, but I'd hazard a guess that that's going over there, maybe pumping water through from the waterway into the dam. Have another dam here. This one looks like it's been here a lot longer. The banks are well planted with various plants and stuff. So yeah, I would imagine they got fish in there, growing fish. Looks like there's a couple more dams up here as well, so it's all going on. Right, we're going to turn off there, and when we get up to these tomato fields, we'll come back to you again. Stick around. So here we have tomato plants. These stretching way up this way. Something else behind. I can't see what these are behind them. Some sort of a vine. And then just looking around us, we have a village over here, another village in here, there's another village up the back there, another village that way, there's another village here, then we've got another village up the back through here, another village here, another village here. And these are all sort of distinct little communities. They've got space between each other, and then up in front of here is the village we're heading back to. So, and then yeah, mountains just all the way around us. It's stunning scenery here, really beautiful. I dare say the camera doesn't pick it up anywhere near as good as it looks. So yeah, we're almost back to the village, and then we're going to go and see what's happening up there. Yeah, and we'll bring all that to you. So stick around, there's plenty more to come. So down here we have, looks like beans of some form, with cabbages growing down at the bottom of each of these rows. More tomatoes through the back there. And then looks like we've got irrigated, actually just looking here, we've got irrigation running right the way through here. Well, that's pretty cool too. Most sort of places like this I've seen people go and get water in buckets and bring up, but this is all irrigated. I didn't notice that looking back the way we've come actually. I wonder how much of this whole area, because this goes back, we're going to sort of go a kilometre over to them villages over that way, and then probably 2.5 kilometres down in front of us. It's a big growing area. So I wonder just how much of that area is irrigated like this. So we've got on our left, this is sort of the beginning of that waterway that we saw earlier. So there's not much water here, but there's a number of points back behind us where they've got more drainage things coming down from the mountains. So it gets fuller and fuller as we head down. So yeah, there's plenty of water running down. I imagine this would be quite a busy little place. So we're going to turn left just up at this road here. So we've got more covered growing areas here. So I don't know what they'll be growing under there, but obviously things that need a bit of protection from the sun. So I would have thought those tomatoes would have wanted a bit of protection from the sun. It's pretty warm here now. And being surrounded by the mountains, there's very, very little in the way of breeze happening. I imagine come summertime, this place would get really, really hot. We're still just into spring at the moment, so it's not too bad. But it wouldn't take much more to be too bad. So actually this looks like it may well be, they've got a restaurant in there, and it may well be another of those places where you can go and pick your own vegetables by the look of it. So undercover. And then this is the village we're in front of us here. It's just surrounded by more growing fields. I haven't seen any other kind of industry. I was saying earlier when we were in the village where the ladies were having breakfast, I was talking about there were lots of little factories making like little components for whatever they're making components for. But in here I've seen none of that sort of industry. It is all agriculture. So yeah, different. It's a different world in this little valley. It's very nice. It's very peaceful, apart from the cars ripping past occasionally. But generally, it's pretty good. I haven't seen a school in here anywhere yet. I thought we might have seen like a kindergarten or a primary school, but maybe they're off to the bigger town, which is sort of the town where they had breakfast. We sort of turned off the main road through the middle of the town. We came about 6 or 7 kilometres to get out to here. So we're not that far away from a bigger town if for people to send kids to school on the bus. So maybe there is not a school out here. Although I haven't walked around the whole village area yet, there may well be. I would expect there'd be a kindergarten out here, and I would expect there'd be a primary school. Probably not a middle school or a high school. They'd go to a bigger town for them. But the younger ones, I would think, have schools in here. And we'll see if they do have a primary school in here. I don't know if the kids will be at school today with this festival going on. School is back. Emily went back to school, 3 days ago? This is her 3rd day today. So I don't know whether the kids here are at school or having the day off. I've seen a few kids with parents on the back of bikes, so we'll see. Right, we're going to get back up through this village, and we'll get back to you up inside. So we're into the village now. I wasn't actually planning on filming as we came through here, but then I remembered the food preparation stuff I saw on the way out, so I'm going to have a little look through some of these places. So these all look like individual houses. They've all got yard areas and stuff there. So in here we had a heap of food being prepared in here. So it looks like they're getting ready for a big lunch. So yeah, all the houses got yard, but then we have this place here. Look at the size of this house. This is maybe the biggest house I've seen in China. So they've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. Then they've got a whole side area off here. Huge big courtyard. Then they've got another, so it looks like 4 or 5 car garage in here, with a second floor, and then a smaller, can't really see, but a small 3rd floor on the other half of that side of the building. It's a huge, huge big area. Oh, and then look at these all sort of rock stuff off through the back there. Wow, That's a huge place. So I don't know if that's sort of the town leaders or if it's just some guy who comes from the village who's made a stack of money. But whoever owns that, they're doing all right. So yeah, as we were walking out, that first place we went past where they were doing prepping food, actually I think this was another one here. They were doing no, not here, but a heap of food prep going on in a lot of these places. So they're all family coming. So somebody that Ange knows, I can't remember if she said it was her cousin or Candy's mother's cousin or something, invited us to go and have sort of dinner slash lunch, I don't even know what it would be, about 4 o'clock with them, because they all want as many people to come to their homes as possible, because the more people you have, the more luck you have. Don't know what might have been in here. They look like they're storing building equipment, loaders and cement mixers and stuff in there now. So maybe something's going to be rebuilt there soon. New house under construction here, not finished yet. Nice size home. Oh, a couple of youngsters running around. So we're getting back up close now to the stage area where everything's happening this afternoon. So yeah, we might cut you off there. We're actually going to end this video there, I think, and we'll start a new video for the festivities. Oh, in here we have a lot more food stuff, preparation being done. So yeah, it's getting towards lunchtime for people here. So yeah, we're going to cut off. We'll start a new video for the festivities this afternoon. So if you've enjoyed having a little look around this village and around this valley area, hit that like button, subscribe to catch up with what happens during the rest of the day here. Share with friends. If you have any questions, comments and the like, hit us up in the comment section. If you've got anything you'd like to see here in TianTing, hit us up in the comment section and we'll endeavour to bring you whatever videos we can that will interest you. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe and we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.